everyone, my name is Limas Poston. I am an international SEO expert with 15 years of experience, and I'm here to discuss with you today about your SEO SaaS product pages. Let's talk about that. We all know that top of funnel traffic is decreasing. AI overviews is giving us a slap with our CTR. We all know that Reddit is doing the same. In forum discussions, let's try to see what we're going to do with our bottom funnel pages today. So we're talking about the age of MSEO, multi-search engine optimization. What I mean by that is that your users can come from all over the place. They can come from any kind of search engine these days. So that will be like traditional search engines like Google or Bing or LinkedIn if it's B2B, and of course our friends, ChatGPT and Perplexity and other LLM. So when we're talking about that, you have to understand that these kind of fellows, they do not understand anything about your product or what you're offering today or what is that you're different from others. So we want to give them the more, I would say, the more informative pages, the more informative experience. We also want to give this the users understanding of what are we offering without leaving the website. So let's talk about your product pages and how the site hierarchy should look like. We're talking about the homepage. Most of the times in LLM traffic, the site mentions will bring the resources that you're going to see on this conversation will link to brand mentions, and that will be for homepages. Sometimes it will be for your product page as well. Most of the times, if the user is looking for a specific kind of pain point, they will actually link to a solution page or actually linking to something that can be or top of funnel to your blog, but also to your solution pages as well. So let's talk about your product page. Sometimes inside your product page, your product marketing team will want to have a more of a fun copy or something that can be, not really descriptive of what the product is actually doing. And you need to make sure that as an SEO, the product, when someone goes into the website immediately, they actually know inside the product page, what are you offering? What does this product do? This product page also needs to link to the solution pages or use case pages. That's also nice. It's perfectly fine. So we're talking about solution pages. We're talking about, you know what? Let's stop talking about solution pages. Let's talk about pain point pages, okay? We're talking about pain point pages. And what I mean by that is that these pages can actually be useful for SEO traffic because your users are looking for how to solve a specific problem they have, and they need a product, your product, to solve their problems. So let's talk about the perfect and ideal layout over here. And this is something that you can take to your product marketing team or create, a discussion inside your company to help them create better pages. So we're talking about what we do. What we do, not a fun copy, what we do exactly. Try it. We want to make sure the users are having like a right away way for them to try the product as they speak. Try it, book a demo, talk to us, any kind of CTA that they can use. I listed here a video because I think in these days, users doesn't have the right time to just go over a long product page or a solution page and try to figure out what you're actually doing. If you're going to include your product there, screenshots and how to use or what does it do, like an actual really brief 1-minute video, that will solve a lot of just not useful book a demo. So we're having this, then logos, of course, your trust recognition, any kind of brand that you're working with. Give some thought also to which brands are you working with. I mean, if you're working with small businesses or bigger businesses that also have like a lot of impact when you're putting it here, when the actual, average visitor is maybe a small business or maybe, very a large business as well. You have to take this into account. How does it work in a very clear way? What we do and how does it work? In an image, an infographic, it can be with a Lottie or a GIF, anything that you want to say with actual text, but this is what this actual section needs to be talking about. What we solve about the pain point. Why are we good for this to solve this pain point? A clear CTA, and of course, remember that if a user comes from LLM traffic, they're going to be getting several resources. They're going to be getting several options to look at. So they know that it's not just you in the market, you have others. This is why this section is useful. We versus others. Instead of them going to figure out why and how your offering is different, let them see it on your website, but of course, a more benefit to your product and where you're having like a blue ocean. So a table or a more descriptive way of understanding how you're different from your competition. And what does it take to start? Does it requires, I don't know, like a very crazy integration or crazy, I would say, a very long onboarding process? Or maybe it's just like in a snapshot, just like 2 clicks and you're there. This is a super interesting way to just give them an opportunity to say, is it an easy process? If it's a longer process, we're here to solve it for you. We have the best onboarding system, best customer success system. Go for it. And then the CTA. So that will help you. Of course, we're talking about with SEO, usually SEO are more in style for tags and long format of text and things like that on solution pages. You don't have to do that as long as the page is answering specific questions. And this is all the users need, basically. So we're talking about this, how to do that. Go to your product marketing managers or your product team and create a discussion. And I personally believe that SEO has to get this kind of discussion with a product team or product marketing team, whoever is involved with these decisions, because we're talking about a relationship over here that can only benefit each other over time. Because what they care about is what you care about. You care about conversions and demos and leads, and they care about the same thing. And you're bringing it via search. They're just really have like the technical background and know the actual complications for the product. So we're talking about push them for new features all the time. If you're seeing something that competitors have and your product doesn't have, push them to talk about the new features, either in a blog, either to optimize the solution pages or pain point pages as we call it. A/B testing, constantly checking if these pages are working or not, if it's converting or not, if you need to optimize this or not. And of course, clear messaging. This is very important to start this conversation and stop the fluff in your product pages or solution pages. And data. I think the most important thing that sometimes SEO are overlooking is actual search data and how we can actually change things with data. We actually know that if we change this title of this solution page or change a little bit of a section or rank from 5 to 1, we can actually bring valuable traffic to the website and valuable users with higher intent. So why not using this data or maybe predict some data for your higher management to get better decisions? So a relationship, product and SEO, super, super important to create this kind of, I would say, hand in hand and not get product working in a silo and SEO working in a silo. And when we're talking about SEO, I want to talk about how to actually treat this user these days, because we actually know, of course, they're coming to the product, they're coming to the solution pages, but we can actually do some reverse engineering to figure out which traffic is getting where and why. So we know that some of the pages are going to the homepage for brand mentions, but we also know some of it is going for best for pages. If your traffic from LLM comes to best for pages, try to come up with more of this and whatever get it works. So make it something that will be valuable for you. I'm talking about brand mentions. We know that in order to be even countable for LLMs, we know that you have to be some kind of mentions elsewhere. So is it brand quotes or thought leadership quotes or your digital PR efforts or anything that can actually bring some valuable mentions to you as a brand? We're talking about be part of the conversation, be part of the discussions, professional discussions, whether it's on professional forums or even on LinkedIn forums or things like that. This will pick up somewhere. Maybe not today, in a few months. I'm sure every kind of thing that you're writing will be mentioned elsewhere. And of course, clustering, try to cluster the content that comes to your website. If it's best for, if it's product pages, if it's solution pages, if it's maybe documentation sometimes, try to see where these things come up with and try to cluster this and optimize the content as we go, implement CTAs if you're already getting the traffic. We have a client that is getting a lot of traffic from LLM, more than 1K a month, growing dramatically every month. We know this is something that's going to be really heavily invested in 2025 and also moving forward. So it's not something that you should overlook it. And of course, create more of what works. Every time that you see a content that really works well for your brand, try to make it more of it. Try to think of a strategy to create more pages like this and not just create one of it and that's it. Try to think of how a conversation should look like. By the way, we also know that Perplexity sometimes can share an actual part of the query or the conversational query. Just see it on your Looker Studio. And when we're talking about this, we're talking about measuring it, visualizing it. This is great for you to start seeing what other sources of traffic you're getting to your website. And it's okay, we're in the stage of, it's not just Google anymore. Google Search Console is not enough. You need to think of the bigger picture. You need to think of other organic sources that you're getting to your website and how to deal with them today in other content formats, or to see what other content formats work for your niche as well. So I hope that you have, if you have any questions, of course, feel free to ask me anything. And I just hope your bottom of funnel pages will just get better. Thank you so much.